Hi, everybody. Okay, let me share this link. Where am I? Okay. Hi, everybody. Okay, I'm waiting for everybody to get the link. In the meantime, I found an Alice in Wonderland chair. And of course, my little puppy's here. So while we're waiting for everybody to get the link and hop on, just wanted to tell you some updates about what I'm doing. First of all, my bangs are like very... So I am heading to the studio tomorrow, which most of you know. Doug is already down in Memphis, and he's been rehearsing the band. And I don't know if I told you guys, but you know, I didn't do a crowdfunding for this album. I've raised almost $45,000 so far to make the album. I've been working with this company called Fractured Atlas, which is an amazing company that has a lot of resources, and they, through their program called Fiscal Sponsorship, it means that I can raise money and offer tax donations. Tax deductible. Okay, I'm not awake. People can donate and I can give them, it's a tax deductible donation. I've received a couple grants, which is amazing. That's why actually right now I'm in Newport News, Virginia, because I am doing a recital and a kind of a Q&A as part of receiving this grant. So it's been pretty empowering to, you know, raise the money myself and feel like I really, you know, am functioning like a real record label, which is very, very difficult because the raising money part and asking for money is really, really hard for me. But, you know, everything that I do takes money. Who's jumped on, I wonder? Let me see. Live chat. So, yeah, so now I am in Newport News, Virginia, and giving a recital today. I'm going to see if I can stream part of it or record part of it today. It's kind of an interesting recital I'm doing. I'm not doing my usual music. I'm doing kind of like a journey kind of storytelling recital. And there will be students there and parents there, so I kind of, you know, answering questions. It's more of like a how I came to be where I am, you know. But Doug got down to Memphis Friday night and has already rehearsed with the band. You guys are going to be so amazed, I think, by this incredible band and this incredible music and what we're going to do with it. I think you guys are going to love it. Let me see if anybody's here. Okay. I'm waiting for everybody. Who's on? Show yourselves if you've just joined the live stream. Hi, Rob. Oh, good. I'm glad you're there. I want to ask you a question. So, my agent at the other day at City Winery had an idea. And the idea I want to run by you guys and see what you think. So, we're going to be releasing a couple singles in the fall. As a work in progress, we're kind of thinking about when we should release the album, when we should tour and all that. We're thinking that since there's so many love songs on the new album, which is not, you know, my usual fare, that we might release around Valentine's Day. My agent had an idea that what if we did an invite-only album release show at Joe's Pub or something like that, where patrons get tickets, friends and family get tickets, maybe the first, you know, 25 people to pre-order the album, get tickets in a very, very intimate, invite-only, free album release show. Full band, party, the whole thing. And then we would go to Europe, tour, maybe do summers, and then not do a full US tour until the fall of 2020. And even though that sounds so far away, kind of, I mean, obviously it'll fly by, but what would you think? What do you think about that? I asked him, I said, well, how would I pay for that? And he's like, well, you'd have to, pay for it out of pocket or pay for it with merch or build into some other cost. But do you think that people or fans would enjoy that, would appreciate something like that? What do you think? Tell me your thoughts. I think since I've never done anything like that, it would be kind of cool to do like a fan appreciation, like a free show for like the, loyal, like have the patrons could all get, 2 tickets or something. Yeah. And, we could make a little bit of a buzz, and we could have, it could be like a couple weeks before the album's out, and we could have all the albums and vinyl and everything there for people to choose from, and all the new merch as kind of a, Hi, Werner. Hello from Hamburg. What time is it there? Let's see. It's like 3 in the afternoon or 2 in the afternoon. Is it a beautiful day? $7 p.m., right? Hi, Franco. How are you? Thanks for joining me. I'm doing this, it's a hot summer day, yes. It's a hot summer day here in Newport News, Virginia as well. Yes, Rob, I agree with you that I need, hi, Matt, how are you? I agree with you that I need more patrons. However, I don't think that, I think that the diehard fans and like a lot of you that have been here a long time. Hi, Michael, how are you? Oh, I'm going to be in Oregon next month. Hopefully you'll come see me, although it might be too far away. I would love to get more patrons, but with all the platforms that I have to keep up with, like, I'm just not very good at fulfilling what I need to fulfill on Patreon, and that's my fault. I don't think that a lot of people are like, I don't send things in time, and I'm just not very good at keeping up with sending my videos and keeping up with everything on Patreon. And I think that some people, maybe I'm not offering enough things of value. I think when it comes to like, I already spend probably 3 hours a day doing like keeping up with social media, responding to every single message, posting, et cetera, when it comes to like Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. So then I feel like I'm not as, I don't know, like I'm not keeping up with Patreon as much. And honestly, I would take your guys' suggestions about what I could do to make it better or to entice more people to. I think I just need to be more attentive to the Patreon platform. You know what I mean? I think that in order to get more loyal followers and stuff. What do you think? Yeah, that would be great. Honestly, any suggestions to how we could make the Patreon experience better or entice more people to become involved would be really helpful. Because I do think that it's an untapped resource in terms of uniting people and making more specialty experiences. Like I said, like if I did an invite-only show and patrons all get a ticket, you know what I mean? And like it's a really more exclusive place to receive content. I think I need to also release more content on Patreon and all that. It's hard to keep up with all the platforms, I have to tell you. I should have put the camera over there on this side. I wonder if I could flip around. Wait, what if I did this? Nope, it's locked. Um, I don't know, Valentine's Day sounds so far away to release the record, considering the record's going to be done. The most important is your music. I mean, I agree with that, Werner. I do agree that it is the most important, but it's engaging fans and letting them be a part of it is pretty. It's like a balance that I have to walk, you know, because I really, really, obviously I can't do what I do without you guys. You know, I can't make music. Yeah, yeah, Michael, totally, totally. And it's like what I found interesting about the different platforms is that there's such a different group of people on each one. You know, some places I see, you know, I saw you're always planning for the beginning of next year, the Canada. Yeah, that's true. A lot of new people are coming from finding me on YouTube, and some people don't even know about the different platforms or how to find it. Yes, Franco, we're gonna definitely be in Europe. Maybe if you just jumped on, I was talking to Rob about a potential plan might be we're gonna release a couple singles in the fall off the new record, a couple videos, hopefully. Hopefully gonna record a couple of cool videos. We're going to be in Canada all of December, opening for Boney M. So if you're in Canada, come see us there. We are thinking of releasing the album top of 2020, maybe around Valentine's Day, since there are a lot of love songs on the album. Then my hope is that we can go to Europe in February, March, April-ish. Honestly, it really depends on whether we get a like a co-bill or someone else to tour with, because my sales weren't very good in November, so I have to have some help the next time I go to Europe. But definitely coming back to Europe spring, hopefully spring 2020. Hopefully doing some European festivals in the summer. That's my goal. But lots of stuff planned for sure. We just gotta figure it out. I mean, there's so many options. It's such a puzzle, you know, putting together a tour is such a puzzle. We could end up doing US in the spring and Europe in the fall, or, you know, it really depends. It depends on, I have to raise some more money. I have to raise, you know, I've raised a lot of money on my own so far. I have to raise about 25,000 more so that I can do a press campaign, because without a publicist, without press, you know, no one's going to hear the album. So I'm going to be doing, you know, my next round of like grant applications and, you know, asking rich people for money, which is now a part of my job. It's not the thing I'm best at my job, but it's something I have had to learn to get better at, because everything, you know, costs money. But really, really excited. I think that this music is really going to speak to a wide range of my fans, and I think it's going to unite a lot of what I've been working on. So I think it's going to be, I think people are really going to like it. And hopefully we can find the right publicist and marketing kind of team that really believes in the project and can really help us get to the next level. You know what I mean? Because I think that that's really what I need to do. I think I already have loyal fans. I have a great kind of tour life, and I think that the next step is to really get a little more exposure, you know, so. But it'll be good. I think it's exciting, you know, and it's good to not be in a rush. You know, for the last album, Reckless Abandon, we finished it, and then we were like cramming to get it done in time to release for the tour. But this time we're not going to be in a rush, you know what I mean? We're going to have the album done in August. We can pitch it around to people. We can take our time on the art. We can put up a pre-order. We can create some great merch, and I can bounce ideas off people, you know what I mean? It's like, honestly, it's good to not be in a rush. Yes. I don't know. Can you guys see each other's comments? Franco just said it was really cool that your song was chosen by Spike Lee, and yes, it was. I think that a lot of people found me through that. I saw some sort of analytics. My whole team kind of monitors all the analytics, and in the first 3 days that the show had premiered, my song had been Shazammed like 3,000 times, which is really cool. Okay, good. And that would be another amazing thing, is if I could get songs placed in TV shows and movies, because that is a great way for people to find music, you know. Hi, Darius. How are you? I'm in Newport News, Virginia right now, if you're just tuning in. I'm doing a recital tonight. It's like a random grouping of songs that I've put together to kind of like show the way I got from like Juilliard to here. It's a little storytelling recital that I've put together to raise some money for the album. And you know, this whole journey to raise money to make this album has been interesting, because I used to be very afraid and nervous to ask for money. Honestly, the fact that I'm working with Fractured Atlas and the donations are tax deductible has made a huge difference, because a lot of people are more enticed by that, you know, and are more willing to give money when it's tax deductible. And also, I think I have such a more clear vision with what I'm creating and who I am in my life now, that I'm so much more confident saying, you know, doing the ask. And I was thinking a lot about, you know, the art of the ask and the art of reaching out and saying, what I'm creating is worthwhile and can you help me? And, you know, those kinds of things that used to be a lot harder for me to say. It's just a part of what I do, you know? And so, yeah. So I have all the money raised for the everything up until marketing. I mean, literally soup to nuts. The entire band, mixing, mastering, videography, photography. I have a photographer coming every single day. I have a videographer coming every single day to Memphis. And the studio looks so cool. It looks... Oh, I didn't know Cindy was a fundraiser. Oh my God. God bless her, because let me tell you, fundraising is not my favorite. You know, I got some good advice from my friend Teddy in Louisville, who, unfortunately, as a, you know, music director of an orchestra, a big part of his job is fundraising, obviously. And he said, if you want advice, ask for money. And if you want money, ask for advice. And I have really found that to be true. You know, a lot of the people that I said, hey, can you help me? Like, can you give me advice? A lot of those people wrote me checks or helped me find the money. And a lot of the people that I said, hey, can you write me a check? Gave me, you know, advice. It's very interesting, and you learn a lot about people, and it's very humbling. It's very, very humbling asking for money. Anyway, I should pick Cindy's brain on this, since I still have a little ways to go on my fundraising. But it's so interesting. You know, everybody asks me if I would like to be with a label again. And there are definitely things I miss about being at the label. And the main thing I miss is that they handled all these kinds of things. You know, they handled the money, and they had a huge, you know, checking account, so to speak, for projects and everything. And I miss the ease of that, but I don't miss having to ask them for permission, and I don't miss having to do it their way, and I don't miss all the money they wasted, you know what I mean? I don't miss that aspect of it. So I think that all in all, I wouldn't trade, you know what I mean? I really, really like doing it this way, and trying to crack the code of getting to the next level without the machine. It's like, if I can get to the next level without the big machine, I think it'll be really, really rewarding. But I do need a good publicist to do that. Anybody know a really good publicist? No, that's fine to ask that, Franco. You know, we're still waiting. We're still waiting for a release date. We have to, they're, you know, I poke and prod them all the time. We can't go forward until we have a release date. And we're literally sitting on our hands and sitting on this incredible music until they decide when the best time for them is for us to release. So we're just, every single week it's how about you tell us now, or what's the news now? And they won't give us a release date, so we're still waiting. So it sounds amazing. We can't really finish it either until we have a release date, because we can't raise the rest of the money until we have that. And because Pledge is going bankrupt and took everybody's money, you know, I have to, thankfully I'm luckier than most and I got a lot of money out of them already, but I still need to raise the rest to finish it. And a lot of people have a lot of agendas around it, you know what I mean? There's a lot of legalities around the Pledge thing that are kind of hard to navigate since so many artists were implicated in the whole thing. And it's really unbelievable what they did, and they still haven't really addressed anybody. They've never ever reached out to any of the artists that they took money from. It's or the people that bought all this music. You know, it's insane. But we're still working on our end, you know. It's kind of crazy how many things fell apart all around the Pledge world. It's kind of crazy. In the meantime, I'm just going to keep going forward, you know. I'm going to keep making my record and going to keep raising money and going to keep working on everything, because I can't just stop and put everything off and wait for other people, you know. You know that's not my personality to do that. It totally is frustrating. Hi, Mike. Yeah, you know, I was so lucky because obviously I did Reckless Abandon. I crowdfunded through Pledge and everything was fine. Everything was a little delayed, I have to say that. But not so much that I thought it was corrupt. And then when we did Jesus Christ Superstar, everything was fine. And then all of a sudden it was like, everything started to be very, just the communication started to drop away, you know. Yeah, I mean, that's true, like fans engaging. I mean, obviously, like Haley Reinhart has a much bigger fan base because of TV, because of her TV exposure. But that doesn't mean that we couldn't engage with the numbers that we have, you know, and fans engaging other fans. I think that's a great idea. Also, you know, it's like I want to get to the bottom of like how to make sure that everyone knows everything that's going on. Because I get really frustrated by so many people. Like, I'll say, thanks for coming out to tour. And somebody will be like, when are you coming to New York? And I'm like, I was literally there last night. So I want to find a way to make sure that fans get the information they want to get or they need, you know what I mean? So that they don't miss out. I think I post all the time, but people still miss it. But yeah. For those of you who joined a little later, I was talking to Rob earlier about an idea that my agent had for, and I want to see your opinions about potentially doing a free invite-only record release show in like around the around the release of the album, maybe February, and like patrons would all get tickets. Maybe like the first 25 fans who pre-order the album would get tickets. Friends and family would get tickets. And since I've never done anything like that, I wondered what your guys, what you think of that, like doing an invite-only free show to like kick off the album. What would you think about that? Rob said he thinks it's a good idea. So 1 vote for yes. And basically it would be like it wouldn't be connected to the tour. It would be like its own thing. And we would like reveal all the new merch. We'd have all the new merch there. We'd have a full band. We'd have, okay, awesome, yeah. I don't really know. I'd have to work it out, but someplace like Joe's Pub, you know. Hi, Rob. Yeah, I would want to do it at, like Joe's Pub or something. Well, I think what we should do is definitely stream it for patrons so that all patrons got to see it. We're thinking Joe's Pub because it's small and manageable, and then we already have an offer to come back and do the New City Winery on the main tour. We couldn't really do 2 ticketed events in New York. Yeah, I haven't done Stage It in a while. Is that still a thing? People still do that? Should I do one of those? I haven't done one of the, I haven't done one of those in years. But yeah, I think streaming would be a good idea, and definitely like, yeah, Joe's Pub in New York. We could stream it like just to patrons, or we could stream it just to like have another invite-only streaming thing that we could do. That might be a good way to do it, so that, because obviously a lot of patrons are not in New York. But you know, Joe's Pub doesn't hold that many people, so it's it'd be a nice intimate like party atmosphere, which would be really cool. And they have streaming capacity, so that's good. And then I think we're gonna have the pre-order, all the pre-order stuff up end of November, around November. So we're working on the vinyl, CDs, t-shirts, posters, everything like that. And I think I'm gonna do, did I tell you guys what I think the record's gonna be called? Yeah, exactly. That's a great idea, Rob. Okay, so we are recording in a studio called Memphis Magnetic. And I think I'm going to call the album Memphis Magnetic, like as an homage to Jimi Hendrix album Electric Ladyland. And I think my record is going to be the first record recorded here. So I think it's going to be called Memphis Magnetic. And I think I'm going to make magnets, Memphis magnets, as part of the merch, like something cool, like vintagey looking. I'm working on the art right now, and there's lots of like, I really, really want it to feel like Aretha, Dusty in Memphis, you know, Aretha meets Nina meets Dolly Parton meets kind of like glamorous but a little gritty greens and all vintage clothing. And there's just like such a grittiness in Memphis. If you've never been there, it's just there's definitely grit, there's dirt, there's history, it's not a really glamorous place, you know. And the studio is really, really beautiful. I'm definitely going to send you pictures when I get there tomorrow. Exactly. So yeah, I think so. I think that's our working title right now. And I've been planning out the pre-order Mephistopheles. It's already taken. I do need a name for the band when we start touring. So think on that. Think on names for the band. But don't tell anybody. I haven't told anybody yet. Oh my gosh. Okay. Couple more questions. Anybody have any more questions before I have to go to sound check for my recital? Oh, good. I'm glad. Oh, I was going to ask you guys, is your marketing going to be through your website? For what? For the pre-order? I'm not going to use a company, I don't think, for the pre-order. I think we're going to try to do it in-house, like do it ourselves with my, just do it through my website, the pre-order. It's going to be a lot simpler, not as many things. It's not going to be like when I did Pledge and there were like 500 things you could order. It's going to be like, you can order 10 things, you know? Some packages, of course, with everything in them, like handwritten lyrics and name in the liner notes. And oh, you love your Crosley? I'm so glad! Yay! But it's not going to be like a million items. It's going to be like the vinyl, the CD. I was going to ask you guys though, t-shirts. Do we like t-shirts? Are t-shirts worth making? Do fans like those still? Like, what do you think? They're really a hassle to travel with, but if people love them, then I definitely want to make them. But I'm going to make, yeah, vinyl, CD, cotton though. Yeah, cotton. Like a soft t-shirt. Okay. All right, I'll make like an album, maybe an album cover t-shirt. And Memphis Magnets. Magnetics. And what else? What else should we sell? Simple t-shirts with a general, okay, yeah. Yeah, definitely something kind of unisex that everybody can, you know, something really soft that everybody can wear. Hats. That's interesting. Ball caps, that's a good idea. That is a good idea. Yeah, fridge magnets, totally. What about a tote bag to carry all your merch in? But see, hats are so hard to travel with. I can't really tour with a ton of, like, vinyl is already so heavy. I don't know how I'm gonna tour with more vinyl. And also, like, clothing is so heavy to tour with. I guess we can work that out later. All right, I have to go to sound check. I love you all. Thank you so much for tuning in. And if you forget something, just send me a message. Okay, thank you guys so much. It's always fun chatting.